So this is the question that I have I'm going to present to you today. This is this year's question. Let's study the visual together before we begin. Okay, it says over here, study the visuals given on the choice of accommodation by travelers 2017 and 2019 and the features of accommodation. Okay, write a report using only the information provided. So these are the two things that are given to you. The first one is the choice of accommodation. The second one is the features of accommodation. All right, so the first thing that you must always do is to write what? The title, isn't it? Okay, so right now on the pieces of paper in front of you, I want you to write down the title for your analysis. This one I hope you haven't forgotten. After you have written down the title, then I'll ask you to write the next thing, introduction. Then only I show you the sample answer. Then we will we'll walk through this thing one by one for today. So in case if you forgot anything, then no problem. Don't forget the time frame. You can see, right? It's big enough. Okay, done? If done, one of you, you just say done, then at least I know. Okay, done.
Done, teacher.
Okay, good. Thanks. Title should be very fast. Okay, this is the sample I just show you for you to double check your title. Here. Okay, choice of accommodation by travelers in 2017 and features of accommodation. Okay, very easy. All right, next one. Okay, after that, it's your introduction, isn't it? How do you start your introduction? How?
The visual show.
Yes, you can say the visuals show what blah 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 and their features in 2019. Okay, or you can say figure 1 shows this while table 1 shows this. It's up to you. Okay, right now your introduction. Okay, let me just check if everyone's here. 16 of you only. Okay, done? Okay, I'm going to show you the sample here. Okay, in this sample, they have chosen, instead of using, this is just a sample, you don't have to follow exactly. But in this sample, instead of using the figure shows, it says here, figure 1 illustrates the choice of accommodation by travelers in 2017, while table 1 depicts the features of accommodations in 2019. Okay, no problem. It's the same thing. Doesn't matter. All right, as long as your introduction is clear. All right, so put a tick. If your title is correct, put a tick there, put there T. All right, if your introduction is correct, put a tick there and put there I. Okay, now we go back to this question. So here, the next thing that you need to do is the overall trend, remember or not? Then you start with the words like generally or with overall. So I've taught you 4 different kinds of words for you to be able to link the features when you do your overall trend. What are those 4 words to link the 2 graphs together?
Affected by.
Affected by, what else?
Influenced by.
Influenced by, what else? 2 more?
Corresponds to.
Okay, correspond is only special. Correspond or correlate is only for if let's say the two graphs match with each other. Yes, correct. Okay, if let's say this is the same and then there's another graph down here that shows you the same number or it is comprised of the same thing. For example, let's say you see here service apartment 6500. Then under here, there's another one service apartment and it shows you maybe the number of types of travelers. And then total here also 6500. Then you can say, yes, it correlates with each other or it corresponds. Okay. What other words besides affected by, influenced by? The rest of you? Only John only answering? All very shy. You only want John to answer for you, is it? Okay. What are the other two words?
Due to.
Yes, due to. One more.
Because of.
Yes, very good. Thank you for responding. I was afraid that you all turn on your Google and then after that go and party already. Go and have breakfast lah or what lah. I don't know. You can still have your breakfast, okay? Don't worry. As long as you're sitting in front of the computer and listening to me. Okay, all right. So you need to link them using either because of, due to, or what. So in order to check whether they relate to each other, we have to see whether, yes, they belong to each other. So you can see here in the choice of accommodation, service apartment had the most number, isn't it? And dormitory had the least number of travelers who would like to stay over there, who have chosen to stay over there. Okay, let's see why. Because of the features. Okay, service apartment, a lot of travelers because it had the most number of features. You see, there are 5 features over here. Whereas dormitory had less, the least number here in 2019. We're only focusing on 2019 because over here is only for 2019. So the least because only 2 features. And the hotel also only had 2 features. But then hotel, although 2 features, the number was still higher or more than dormitory. So there's some kind of like inverse relationship that's happening over here lah. All right. So later on when you do analysis, you can show. All right. Dormitory and hotel, they had equal number of features. All right. 2 each. But then hotel had more travelers who chose the hotel compared to the dormitory. You can do that later. All right. Okay. So now I want you all to write down your overall trend. All right. To show the link. So you can say that, yes, indeed, the choice of accommodation were influenced by the features, or you can say they were affected by the features, or because of the features, or you can say the features affected or influence the choice of accommodation. Up to you. You can terbalikkan or whatever. Okay. So I want you to write the overall trend now. Generally, what? All right. Okay, done. Okay, let's look at the sample here. All right. So in this sample, it says that generally the features of accommodation in 2019 influence the traveler's choice of accommodation in 2019. All right. If you don't repeat in 2019, again, doesn't matter. Just one time is enough. Okay. If you have that, then put a tick over there and then put there OV. Am I going too fast? All right.
No.
Okay, good. Okay. Let me just do this first. Okay. All right. Let's go back to the question. All right. The next thing you need to do after that is to decide. You start already lah. You start your analysis already. So you need to decide which one you're going to talk about first. So if you see over here, right? If let's say it is a year question, a time frame question. This one I told you before. If it follows a time frame, then it's very easy. You just start following the time. Let's say, for example, over here, instead of hotel, it's 2017. Service apartment is 2018, then 2019, 2020. Then if that's the case, you start by talking about 2017 first. What happened? Then 2018, 2019, 2020 lah. If this is a time frame graph. But this is not a time frame graph. This is an item graph. So you start by using usually the most significant one. So in this case over here, service apartment is the most significant. You follow. All right. Here is focusing on 2019. So you try to focus on 2019 more. So service apartment is the most significant for 2019. And then followed by hotel, homestay, and dormitory. So you take a pencil, then you can put over here in the exam. I just put here number 1. Yes, you talk about service apartment first. Okay. And then number 2, you can talk about hotel. Number 3, and number 4. You just take a pencil and then you do over there. And then you need to plan. Okay, in the first sentence, what are you going to talk about for service apartment? So here, what you can do is you can talk about what happened in 2017 first. So in 2017, the number of travelers, okay, the number of travelers who chose service apartment was how many? 32,000. All right. And then this number increase to 65,000 in 2019, making it the most, right? Making it the most in 2019. And then not enough. You want to make it even better, you need to link, get some synthesis, right? So you made it the most in 2019, and then, oops, you can say due to or because of all these 5 features, all right, which was the most number of features. You can put here, most number of features. Okay, all right, so this could be your first sentence. It's just an example I'm giving you lah. All right, so it's very complete. First, you talk about what happened in 2017, then it increased to this number in 2019, making it the most, or it increased to the most, and then over here. Very simple, isn't it? Then you do the same thing for number 2, number 3, and number 4. Okay, one thing I want to highlight here is that last time I taught you, okay, the 4 different formulas to form a sentence, isn't it? Can you still remember? You have a time frame, and then you have what? Key feature, data, and trend. Never mind lah. I just read out to you. I know you all know this already, right? You don't have to unmute your mic. Okay, so time frame, key feature, data, and trend. All right. If time feature, it's easy. Remember, I taught you all before, you start with using in 2017 or in 2019. For key feature, remember or not, last time I taught you all before the one about the tiger population, the sample I gave you. Myanmar had the most number of tigers. Or the one about the blue rump parrot one. Okay, Thailand had the most number. Remember I taught you all this before? I want to point out something to you. Okay, for example, okay, Myanmar had the most number of something. Okay, for this case here, hotel. Okay, wait, you don't follow this yet. Okay, all right. This year, what happened was, as the examiners were marking, they were told that if anyone wrote this had the most number of travelers, they are supposed to get wrong. Jang, jang, jang. Why wrong? Because in this new marking scheme, they mentioned that all these 4 different items are not considered animate objects. Okay, you cannot say, or for example, let's say like hotel. Hotel does not own the number of travelers here, so you cannot say hotel had the most number of travelers. Or for example, service apartment had the most number. You cannot do that. And the trap is because of this word choice. All right. If because this is not about hotel having the travelers, this is about the travelers who chose the hotel. So you cannot say hotel had the most number of travelers. It has to be the hotel. A hotel was chosen by the most number of travelers. Then correct, you can say that. Okay, was chosen. Or you can say the number of travelers who chose. All right, the number of travelers who chose hotel had the most what? Okay, the number of travelers who chose service apartment. You have to put the word number of travelers and the word chose. All right, or the hotel was chosen. This is the trap actually this year lah. So a lot of students didn't do very well for this year's September paper because of this trap here. Whereas if you compare with the previous paper, right, the one I gave you about the tiger population, that one, it was the title was only about tiger population in 3 different countries. Then it's okay. It doesn't tell you the choice or the tiger populations who 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 resided or who stayed in the country. So you have to follow exactly the title, the rubric of the title that follows. If it says choice, then you have to put the number of travelers who chose. You cannot just say hotel had this number of travelers because the hotel didn't have the traveler. It was the travelers who chose this hotel. Can you get the idea that I'm talking about here?
Yep, understand.
Understand? Okay, I just want to show you all the sample you see over here. Okay, because of this problem, right, you cannot be you all okay? You cannot be very creative. I think someone's mic is on. Maybe whose mic is on? Maybe you can turn off. Someone's mic is on. Anyone's mic on? Okay. All right. Okay. You cannot be very creative because of this problem. You see here in this sample, it says here the number of travelers. All right. The number of travelers. Despite having more features, the number of travelers choosing. So you see, this person also, although this is, I would say this is almost like a band 6 level kind of what's this band? I would say lah, this is actually definitely band 6 already lah, because it has so many analysis and so many synthesis. All right, 4 maximum 4 only, because in the question there's only 4 types of things for accommodation. So the most you can do also only 4 synthesis. That's the maximum already. Doesn't matter already lah. But then it is very clear and very complete, and all the words are very accurate. You see over here, number of travelers, number of travelers, number of travelers choosing. All right, the number of travelers. So you have no choice. You have to be boring lah. Number of travelers. Okay, you have to follow the rubrics of the question. You have to just keep starting by using the same thing. Number of travelers who chose. You cannot be the hotel had, and then service apartment had, homestay had, then dormitory had, because of this trap over here. All right. So the advice is that don't worry even if you feel that your analysis is boring, because the most important thing you want to focus on is on accuracy. So when you are accurate, automatically you will get marks for language already. But imagine if let's say you didn't use any accurate words or whatever, right? Immediately your language marks will be affected because you have already written something, although the sentence is good, but then the idea is already wrong already. Then of course you get wrong idea, then you will also get less for language lah. So just be on the safe side. Follow when you do it, follow the rubric here. Okay, it says the number of travelers, you follow number of travelers and you look at the question. Okay, all right, up here, is it choice of accommodation or whatever, you just follow. Okay, the number of travelers chose this accommodation. All right, or the choice of accommodation by travelers were hotel, which was the highest. Always use the title of this question here when doing this, the sentence especially when you start with key feature. Okay, over here and over here. So remember so in this first sentence, let me just show you the sample here. Oops. Okay, so the number of travelers choosing service apartment. Wait, I think I'll just put the question side by side for you. At least you can see together. Yeah, let me just use the mouse. Okay, so the number of travelers choosing service apartments increase. All right, so here there is one trend word here. It increased from 32,000 in 2017 to 65,000 in 2019. Okay, this first part here is considered one analysis already. This whole thing has three analyses actually, but this is the first analysis because this is the first trend here. It increased from here 32,000 to 65,000. So one analysis there. Okay, then continue. Which was the highest? Okay, highest is another trend word here to say that 65,000 was the highest. Okay, because of this, it's awarded another analysis. So another one. So already two analyses already, which was the most, which was the highest. Okay, then you have the linking word here, because, okay, because service apartments had the most number of features. Okay, most, another trend word over here. How many features? 5. All right, then all are here. Value for money, in-room dining, laundry, another analysis because of the trend word here. So increase, highest, most, and everything is there. The data is there. The key features are there. And then all this data down here is there. And then you have the linking word. So linking word gives you a synthesis. So 3A, 1S, just for this sentence itself. And then remember, over here, you're supposed to put your inverted commas so that you will count as only one word. Just one inverted comma, not two. Okay, two is for what? It's only for dialogue or only for quotations. This one I think I told you guys before already. So please remember, okay, when you all grow up in school, you always use this to do dialogue and all that. But now for analysis writing, you don't. You're not writing a dialogue. So you just put one enough already. Then only your number of words will be less lah. Otherwise, it's going to be more. Okay, all right. So now I'm going to close this. I want you all to write on your own this first sentence without looking at my answer. Okay, try. Okay, so remember, don't write service apartment had the most number because of this trap over here. So be very careful of the question, okay? So don't write service apartment had. You better use the side here, the number of travelers you chose service apartment. Use the rubrics from the side here. Can? Just show the movement. All right. This one show the movement. What happened in 2017? All right. Then it increased to here, 2019, making it the highest, which was the highest. All right, in 2019. Okay. Due to, or you can say because it was influenced by the most number of features. All right. How many? Bracket 5. Then list all of them down. If you don't want to list all of them down also, it's okay. You can list it down later, maybe for under hotel or homestay or dormitory. You can put it later. As long as, remember I told you before, mention at least minimum one time in your whole analysis. Okay, done?
Done, teacher.
Okay, done. All right. Okay. I'll show you all the sample again in case if you want to. Okay. All right. So that's the number of travelers choosing service apartments, or the number of travelers who chose. All right. Increase. Okay. Namely. Okay. All right. Okay. Next, the number of travelers for what already? So like I mentioned, you can talk about the next one, hotel, or hotel lah. You can talk about hotel, or if you want homestay, it's up to you. So if you talk about hotel, you do the same thing. Okay, what happened in 2017? And then it dropped, isn't it? Or it fell. All right, so you can show the movement here. Okay, it fell over here. It fell to here. All right, because of only two features. You can say that. All right, this is just an example for you. All right, or what you can do is, you see, there's something special over here. The features for hotel and the features for dormitory are the same. So what you can do is, actually you can say, although hotel, or what you can do is, if you don't want, you don't have to talk about 2017 yet. Don't focus on 2017 yet. Because 2017, although it's earlier, but you're afraid that there's not enough space. So you don't want to focus on 2017, you can focus on 2019 first. You can say that in 2019, all right, the number of travelers who chose hotel were 47,000, all right, which was more than dormitory. You want to try to find the connection here. So you can say 47,000, which was more than dormitory, although both of them had the same number of features, two features. We show some kind of movement over here, some kind of comparison lah. Of course, there's nothing wrong if you say hotel had this one and it fell to this one. You can also say that, okay, hotel had 60,000 in 2017 and it fell to 47,000 due to two features, all right, which were the same number of features for dormitory. But dormitory had less number of travelers. You can also say that. I just repeat, maybe I got you guys confused. Okay, what you can do is, you can say, if let's say you want to talk about 2017, you can say in 2017, okay, the number of travelers, don't say hotel had the most number. Remember, say number of travelers who chose hotel were 60,000, and this fell to 47,000 in 2019 due to only two features of accommodation in 2019, which were, you continue some more, which were the same, you can put here, which were the same number for dormitory, isn't it? Which were the same. Then this one you link back to dormitory, although dormitory had fewer, or you can say had less number of travelers compared to hotel. Or you can say but, okay, here but. So you want to show, you want to show them that you're analyzing this whole report. You show a bit more movement rather than just the boring one. This one due to this, this one due to this, this one due to this. So you say this one due to this, but this one same with this. But although it's the same, this one had less compared to this. Can you follow me?
Yes, teacher.
Yeah. Can teacher.
Not confusing lah. I hope okay, because there's a lot of things here to see. Okay, so let me show you the sample. The sample. Okay, let's see here. The number of travelers. Okay, this one use dormitory. Doesn't matter. Okay, this sample terbalikkan. The number of travelers in dormitories, on the other hand, was the lowest. All right, so it's saying here this one was the lowest. Let me just make it small for you. Okay, was the lowest. Okay, and fewer. So it's saying here lowest, and then it's fewer than the hotels, and then the linking word here. So here lowest is considered one analysis already. Was the lowest, and then fewer is another trend word. So the fewer than hotel is another analysis there because it's showing another trend. So already 2A already. Then hotels, how many? Remember, always put in the data. Although is the linking word already lah. Although both hotels and dormitories had the same number of features, 2 in 2019. Okay, you can see over here, this one 2 is not written all the features already. They didn't say, value for money, didn't already. Why? Because earlier I already mentioned one time. So it's enough already. You don't have to keep repeating throughout the whole thing. As long as the whole analysis you mention at least minimum one time. Okay, or if you don't want, like I told you earlier, you can just say had the most number of features, 5, to stop. Then later on when you mention here 2, 4, you mention it down here lah. Okay, all right. Okay, now I want you guys to try to write your own sentence for this. Okay, you can start by using dormitory, had the least number, all right, which was less than this, although both of them had this. We can start with dormitory. Or you can say hotel had more number of travelers compared to dormitory. How many? Although both of them had this. Or you can say hotel had this. Many ways lah for you. Yes.
Sure. Does this sound weird? Like, dormitory had the least number of traveler choices.
Wait. Dormitory had the least number of
Traveler choices. Is that correct or is it wrong?
I suppose it can be accepted because you have put the word here, traveler choices. The key word is there, the choice. So can. But it sounds a little bit weird lah. Although it is not grammatically wrong, but then sometimes you don't know one. Marking scheme are a very crazy one. So I will go with the safe side. If you ask me, I will go with the safe side lah. Just say the number of travelers who chose. But they will probably give you correct lah. I think so. Probably because you have the keyword there, choices. Okay, so you guys write the sentence. Don't worry, later I will post this. At the end of the lesson, I'll post this up in your Google Class so you can still see the sample and all that. Okay, Ken?
Okay, teacher.
Okay, if you can't finish writing later on, you can continue, practice again, Okay, then next one, I just show you side by side the both. It'll be easier for you already, just walk through with you, then later on you all can practice on your own and complete it, Okay, then you see, okay, then we continue to the next one. So you've already done hotel, service apartment, and dormitory. So the final one, homestays. So homestays, okay, homestays, right, has 4 features, which was a lot actually. But then it had less than hotel. So what you want to do is maybe you want to show some kind of comparison. Then you can get more marks because you actually show comparison. So it says over here, despite having more features, all right, 4 in homestays and hotels. Okay, this is already considered one analysis already because of the word more over here. So the trend, and then the data is here 4 and 2. Okay, the number of travelers choosing homestays, 35,000 was fewer. Actually, were fewer. Number of travelers. The number were fewer. Another analysis here. Then hotels, how many? So two analysis. And then the word here, despite. Despite is the linking word. So you have one synthesis over here. Okay? All right. So no problem. Then after that, after finishing, you see all this it's only focused in 2019, you know. So this person only focused in 2019 because maybe this person was afraid, oh no, you know, if let's say if I do 2017, then afraid no space. So no problem, it's okay. Talk about 2019. All right. Then there's still extra space left. Then this person talk about 2017 already. Before in 2017, most travelers chose hotels. So now it's talking about 2017 already. Most travelers chose hotels, while the least number of travelers stayed in homestays. So it's just analysis. This was the most, this was the least. All right, for 2017. Oh, then there's still space, not yet 200. I'll continue another one. The number of travelers in service apartments, 32,000, was higher than the number of travelers in homestays. Okay, so those in service apartments were higher. So he's trying to show another, what's that? Another analysis lah. Okay, this is wrong already. This is not homestays. This is dormitory. There's some kind of mistake here. Dormitory. All right. Because the number of travelers remain unchanged in homestays. This is dormitory. There's a mistake here. Okay. All right. So what you want to do is always try to put as much trend words there so that you'll be considered as analysis. Then you see there's 12 analyses altogether and then 4 synthesis. Very good. This is definitely very good. It's not easy to get so much synthesis. And then, but you can see it's quite simple. The words here are simple. You just need to be clear only and show that you actually understand the visual. You don't have to use fancy words and all that. You just need to show each different trends. If let's say you can't write like this, right? Because this one, there's a bit of change of sentences here and there. Don't worry, you just do it simple and straightforward. As long as you get a lot of synthesis and correct, automatically you get marks for language one. Language marks and your task, these points marks are the same actually. It's 40 marks here, so it's 20 and 20. But then, like I mentioned, if let's say you get analysis correct, automatically language marks will be correct also. You cannot be creative when it comes to analysis, because they follow the marking scheme very, very strictly. When it comes to essay, then only you'll be creative. But when it comes to analysis, force yourself to just be boring because you want to focus on getting correct, not about being fancy. All right. Okay, then you come to conclusion here. Conclusion is very simple. You just give another overview. It's the same one. You just give overview. Like for example, over here it says here, features of accommodation in 2019 influence the traveler's choice. Okay, then here you terbalikkan lah. Traveler's choice of accommodation was affected by. You don't have to use influence again. Use a different word. I give you all 4 words by the features of accommodation. The difference here is just here. Here you use generally. Here you use conclusion. Just tukar ni. Then you terbalikkan. That's all. That's a conclusion. Then 196 words. Okay, are you all clear so far on how to do for this question?
Clear, teacher.
Just remember that the trap, don't use hotel at the most because this is the trap for this year's question. So a lot of good students, all kantoi, for this year's September paper. I think they have to retake already, MOD or something, because of this. So you don't know what kind of question you're going to get. All right. So if you want to be on safe side, just remember, follow the rubric and then just follow the template one by one. Just follow, make sure you have all these, especially your data, very important. Some of your work that I marked, you all forgot your data, forgot to put. So data and trend, these 2 things, very, very important. And then your time frame as well. Okay, every sentence you see here, every sentence they put the year there. Don't miss these things. So when you start your exam, you write all these things down. Every time you just double check, make sure you have them. Okay, all right. Before we end, I just want to ask you guys, after this, tonight or maybe tomorrow or whenever you can, especially if you can, then do it tonight lah, so that what I teach you is still fresh. But if you cannot, then at least tomorrow, what I want you to do is, I'm going to post this question again on Google, the clean paper. I will post this with all the marks as well, but with a clean paper, I want you to look at it, and then I want you to try it again on your own. You've already written the title, the introduction, and the overview, isn't it? And then the first analysis. But I want you to just close that and then start with a fresh piece of paper, redo the thing on your own, one by one. Just write each sentence on your own without looking at the question. Can or not? Before you do that, you study first. You study this thing again. You study the sample again. Study. If you need to memorize, you just memorize. Okay, study. All right, but of course, don't memorize without your head lah. Don't blindly memorize. You memorize by understanding. Okay, first I want to talk about it. Then you cover. Then write your own clean one. Make sure it is good. Make sure it's below 200. And later you can double check again. See how. Okay, you have to force yourself to internalize and write on your own without looking at sample, because in the exam there's no such thing as sample. So you just try your best and do it. Okay,